Israel has been trying to justify its attacks against the civilian population in Gaza. We know that Israel was given a clear green light by the US administration, by Biden himself, who assured Israel that it has the right to defend itself. What happened last night was utterly shocking, horrifying massacre committed in front of TV screens worldwide. What we're hearing are shy condemnations on part of those officials. And each time civilians are killed, they try to say, well, look, maybe we need to wait for investigations. It could be a rocket exploded by one of the resistance groups in Gaza, as if Israel is like a moral army. We know Israel doesn't know red lines. It killed civilians, journalists, paramedics, attacked hospitals, mosques, universities. Anything is a target in Gaza. So with these attempts to cover up Israel's crimes, it will be exposed. The world knows that Israel is lying to the world through its propaganda, starting from the moment when they said Hamas beheaded the babies, and then when they said that we warned the hospitals, as if Israel respects the human rights. I mean, it's really ironic how the world is reacting to Israel's crimes. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the whole world rushed to help Ukraine and provided ammunition and weapons. And Palestinians, it seems, they have no right to defend themselves. It seems Palestinians are being treated as subhumans, and they are being dehumanized. And this ugly silence, the conspiracy of silence on part of the international community and part of some of the regional countries, I mean, how on earth, like how many more Palestinians have to be killed in order to shaken the conscience and awakening of the world? I mean, people are trapped in the world's largest open-air prison. And some people say we should use the term concentration camp, because if you describe Gaza as a prison, this means they committed a crime. So their only crime is that they lived in that piece of land under a crippling siege for the past 17 years, with no access to water, electricity, food, fuel. They are being bombarded day and night, and the Israeli army claims that we are okay, we are warning them. We dropped showers from the air, and we are warning right now. So guys, we are giving you a chance to leave. It's really ironic. It's outrageous. It's horrific. I mean, how many more Palestinians honestly have to be killed in order just to say to the civilized world, oh look guys, we are giving them a chance. So it's unbelievable that the world is allowing this to happen for the past 12 days.
Taking a look at the way that the U.S., as you mentioned, has given the green light on this operation, Iran's leader actually has said that the U.S. is very much so involved in the planning and execution of what is happening, of course, through Israel and its forces, the regime forces. When you take a look, however, at the type of support that the U.S. was looking for when it came to Hamas, it fell short. The Persian countries, or the Arab countries of the Persian Gulf, did not come out and support the U.S. to condemn Hamas. Doesn't that show not only the waning U.S. influence in West Asia, but also the fact that they don't believe that they're putting a stop to the type of support they gave in the past, and are standing up somewhat against the U.S. and Israel, thus leaving both of them kind of isolated when it comes to this?
Well, we know that the long stance of the U.S. administration with the successive administrations, and now currently led by Biden, we know that Israel is their closest ally in the region. And from time to time, they keep assuring Israel, you have the right to defend yourself. And if, as the Palestinians are the oppressors, if the Palestinians are the victimizers, what's happening is unacceptable. There are numerous human rights violations. Israel has never been held accountable for its repeated crimes in the past, 2008, 2012, 14, 21, and so on, for the past 75 years. And the U.S. is not an honest peace broker when it comes to its stance in the international community. We know that the Palestinians are not given any chance to defend themselves. Israel is allowed to arm itself from head to toe with the latest technology, killing civilians, and they know through their technology that the Al-Ahli Baptist Hospital was packed with civilians, and they intentionally, according to the locals, being targeted so that it inflicts heavy damage on the civilian population and mount the pressure on the resistance groups in Gaza to stop their resistance and to release some of the hostages. So we know, Palestinians know, the whole world knows that the U.S. administration was never an honest like a player in the world. I mean, look at the occupations and colonization, what happened in Vietnam, in Somalia, and elsewhere. The U.S. administration is considered itself a beacon of democracy and peace. But what's happening on the ground when one of the strongest powers on earth, superpower, attacking civilians, I mean, giving ammunitions and giving Israel's latest technology to Israel, and kill the Palestinians and say, look, you are guys, you are terrorists. I mean, honestly, somebody has to intervene here.
Who's that somebody going to be, do you think?
I think some of those countries who really believe in justice, those who oppose American hegemony and imperialism. It could be any country that it should say, look, what's happening is wrong. Could be people of conscience around the world. We know, we see now condemnations, deployments of people around the world. They are taking actions on the ground to pressure their governments. So the pre-development people, with the intervention of those countries who oppose American policies in the region, they have to intervene and say, look, what's happening is wrong.
In terms of the preventive measure that needs to be taken, that may, and I'm hoping, as many across the world are, for that to happen sooner than later. It's quite incredible that after 12 days, this humanitarian aspect of this has not been dealt with, even for a ceasefire of even an hour, or any type of aid to actually flow through to help some of the people that are suffering there. That, from what I understand, that figure could now have risen, but one estimate put it at 12 Palestinians are dying every 12 minutes from what was actually estimated, which is quite a shocking figure. But what about the way that Israel is standing? I mean, it's not on solid footing any longer, to say the least. And its viability, its existence is now put under question in terms of the aftermath, because it's dealing with so many problems and challenges on multiple fronts. We'll have to wait and see how this is going to turn out, this whole war. But then after that, it's dealing with the Palestinians in the occupied territories. They are rising up. Its economy is in shatters. Even Israelis are mad at specifically Netanyahu and his extreme cabinet. Do you think that Israel is going to be able to overcome all the different challenges that it is facing now?
No, I think Netanyahu will fall in any upcoming elections because he failed to provide protections to his soldiers, who are being supported by billions of US dollars, and they suffered a defeat according to the resistance groups in Gaza, and that's why they are in pain. That's why they are inflicting heavy damage on Gaza. We know that in the Israeli society, if you would like to reach power, then you have to kill as many Palestinians as possible. We know that the Israeli society is indoctrinated society. All settlers are armed inside the occupied Palestinian territories. So I think Israel wants to appease the settlers. He wants to appease his soldiers. He wants to raise their morale after what happened on 7th of October. He called it a black day in the history of Israel, and he said that we'll do what it takes in order to restore the power of deterrence. So the power of deterrence in the eyes of Netanyahu is that he wants to terrorize an entire population, 2.2 million people. He wants to bomb Gaza and return it back to the Stone Age. He wants to send a clear message to other regional countries around the world or nearby that, look, guys, if you intervene and if you keep resisting, going to be your fate. So Israel now viewed in the eyes of the world that is defending itself, but as a matter of fact, it kills civilians day and night.
Thank you for that.